back to Blast from the Past, where we blast you from the present to the past. I'm your host, Lison. We have a great crowd of blasters today in the audience. Today we have a special guest joining us. He's an abolitionist from Maryland, and he's here to talk to us about his experience with slavery and protesting for women and blacks' rights. Please welcome Frederick Douglass. Oh, pleased to meet you too. Anyways, let's get to know you. Where were you born? Tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, 1818 in Talbot County, Maryland. I was born slave because my mother was a slave. I never knew who my father was, and sadly, my mother passed away when I was 10. And when I was 12 years old, I was sent to a slaveholder in Baltimore named Hugh Auld. His wife, Sophia, taught me the alphabet.
So if she taught you the alphabet, did you learn to read and write from someone else?
Actually, Hugh Auld didn't let Sophia teach me anymore, so I partly taught myself, and I partly learned from white children and others in the neighborhood.
Wow, that's incredible. I bet that was hard. I was taught in school with teachers, and already that was pretty hard.
Thank you. I thought that things were getting better, but at the age of 16, I was sent to a slaveholder named Edward Covey. He was known as a slave breaker, and I was sent to him so he could mentally break me. It was a very hard time for me. This is one of the experiences that made me who I am. I didn't think I would survive, but I kept going, and I kept fighting. I got through it and got on my feet to escape. I kept my reading and writing skills that I had learned, and those skills were actually very beneficial to help my escape from slavery.
Oh, how did the skills help you escape? You would think that speed and strength would help you escape, but let's hear it.
Well, before I escaped, I was struggling to have hope. I thought that I'd be a slave forever. Then, on January 1st, 1836, I decided I would escape before the end of the year. I did try twice, and I failed, but eventually, on September 13th, 1838, I escaped. Since I could read and write, I was less likely to get caught escaping, since many slaves that were not free did not know how to read or write. I made it to New York and started my life there after my escape. I changed my name from Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey to Frederick Douglass.
So I'm guessing you changed your name to avoid recapture. Anyways, slavery is a hard part to be in. So how did it change your life? How did it affect your life after you escaped from being a slave?
Well, I met my wife, Anna Murray. We settled down in New York. Even though I was an escaped slave, I still wanted to start a movement to end slavery. I wrote my first book in 1845 called Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave. I don't think I realized how much I had to endure during my time as a slave until after I was free.
So you mentioned your wife. Was she beautiful? I'm just kidding. How was the relationship? Any kids?
We had an okay relationship with each other. We had the occasional squabble that all couples have. We had 5 beautiful children. We did have a few heated arguments regarding my affairs with other women, but we stayed married. Sadly, one of our children, Annie, died at the age of 10.
I'm sorry. I bet that was hard for your family. She was so young.
It's okay. After Annie died, my wife also passed away 22 years later.
My deepest condolences. Your child and then your wife? I know it's hard. Did you remarry?
Yes, I married Helen Pitts in 1884. My children didn't exactly like the relationship, and I assume it's because she was 20 years younger than me.
Interesting. Now it's time for a commercial break. This commercial is brought to you by Audible, an amazing online library that lets you listen to books. You can now listen to Frederick Douglass's biography and learn about his regrets. One of his regrets was that he didn't get to see his dad, and he didn't know his mother very well. You can learn more about his life on audible.com. Start your free trial today. Welcome back, Blasters. Let's continue with this amazing interview with Frederick Douglass. Since you're here, you must be important. So how did you influence slavery after you escaped?
Well, I hadn't really done much yet until I started getting a newspaper written by Mr. William Lloyd Garrison. It was an anti-slavery newspaper called The Liberator.
William, the writer and abolitionist? Tell me about him. How did he help you influence others about slavery? Did he influence your own career?
Oh, very much. In fact, meeting Garrison probably really helped me be the person I am today. It was truly an incredible time in my life. Garrison first came to me after I spoke with my experiences with slavery. We both wanted it to end for good, but he had been working at it much longer than I had. He took me under his wing, introduced me to the wealthiest abolitionists in Boston, helped me publish my very first book, and even helped me work as an anti-slavery lecturer. Oh, he also helped me gain popularity as an African-American speaker.
That's great. He sounds like a great guy. I bet you two were great friends and even better business partners. How long did you two stay friends, and how successful was your book?
Well, Garrison and I had a good run for a while, but eventually things fell apart. I started in my own newspaper, and he seemed fine with it, but I do not think he was. I think we finally broke apart when we were on anti-slavery lecturer tour in the West. He became tremendously sick. He started to recover, so I left to continue my newspaper. It appears that I left too soon. He was ill-tempered afterwards, and we didn't speak much. I had my book to worry about, and frankly, there wasn't much to worry about. It was a very successful book.
Poor Garrison, but I'm glad your book was successful. About the book, what did you do after publishing the book? After all the speeches, inspiring moments, and all the excitement, what was your life like?
Actually, there was still excitement. I went to Ireland so I didn't get captured as a runaway slave again. Once in Ireland, I kept speaking to people about slavery and how immoral it is. While all this was happening, my supporters were gathering money to buy my freedom in America. I was able to return to America again.
Wow, it seems like you've been a lot. No wonder you wanted to end slavery. No one deserves to be treated like that. I hope you still have a wonderful life, even with your experiences with slavery. What would you say to future generations who are dealing with racism and sexism today?
I would say that everyone deserves to be equal and everyone should treat each other the same way. Slavery was awful. We need to make sure it doesn't happen again. We need to respect each other, men and women, black and white. I want every American to know that everyone has their own rights and no one can take them away from them.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas. I'm very glad that you could come and speak with us today. Your story deserves to be told.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
Give it up for Mr. Frederick Douglass. Thank you for coming today to watch our new episode from Blast of the Past. Remember, we do this every Saturday at 5 p.m. Thank you for coming, Blasters!